everyone, it's Karen here and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to do this video today. It's partially in combination with an amazing group on Instagram called Nomadic Souls, and I created this little video, and you cannot see it here on YouTube, but you will see it on Instagram. It's a little Instagram story that you can look at, Nomadic Souls. I will post the hashtag below, how to reach that Instagram account, so you can see how I created this video. But I specifically want to show you the amazing stencil that I have that I got from Stencilgirl, which is an amazing company that sent me some stencils, and I'm really excited for this Cityscape stencil. And of course I will list that below as well. It's hard to see. I kind of tried to put a paper underneath it so you can see it, but it has a cityscape, and it has removable parts, so you can either mask the stencil or you could like use it the other way. And what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of few art journaling pages using the stencil in different ways to kind of see what capabilities does the stencil have. I'm going to be working on my Joggles disc bound art journal, and I'm actually working in one that I've already worked before, so some of the pages are already stained. You can see you've seen these before. This is a 6x8 stencil, so both sides are basically done. So I want to work on these sides, and this is why I like about this, because you can remove the pages and work on both back sides. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use today my Distress Oxide inks. I just want to create some really quick backgrounds because all I want to use is the silhouette of this stencil, and I want to show you how to do that. It's really easy, and the theme for June for this Nomadic Souls is travel. So I thought it would be perfect. I always love New York. I love traveling, and I love journaling about traveling, and I love cities, and I love traveling and looking at different cities and the architecture of different cities. So I thought the cityscape was perfect for that. And I'm going to work with these two and kind of try different elements of this. So first I'm going to work with these and do one of the elements, and then I'm going to work with the other one. So I want to kind of try to see if I can mask and also do the opposite way where I use the background as black. So I'm going to first just quickly cover this. So I'm going to basically spray these, and in no particular order. I'm just basically just want to kind of cover the background, make them pretty, and I figure sprays is the quickest way to do that. It is, especially these sprays, they make amazing backgrounds. And then I'm just going to dry them out. So basically it's quick and easy. Let's add a little bit of purple, and sometimes there we go. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to dry these, and I really wanted to work on a long surface, so that's the way the cityscape could really look amazing on it. You can also like grab a paper towel and kind of dab out some of that excess paint and move it somewhere else. I mean, it's just to create that background. So I'm impatient and I want to quickly do this. And look how easy it is to just create two simple backgrounds. Now if I really want to, I could add a little bit of splatters, so that also adds like really nice weight, something to the cityscape. So I'm just going to, let's say, add a few splatters here and there. And then you grab some paper towel. I mean, I've done videos with Distress Oxiding, so it's in Distress Oxide spray, so it's not something new that I've just done now, but I just wanted to show you the cool background. And then I'm going to grab the cityscape. So I was thinking to first do, let's use the middle first and kind of create this with water, with this water image at the bottom. So I think that would look really cool. And yeah, so let's do this. And what I like to do with that is I like using black paint. So this is a thick black paint. I'm going to basically put it over here, and I'm going to use a dauber and just create this cityscape. I just want to be careful. So I'm going to try different elements of the stencil It's such a beautiful stencil, and it's just perfect for this. Now I'm going to work in different disc bound journals that I have, just because I don't want the same basically journaling page in all of them. So they're all going to be cityscapes, so it doesn't make sense to have them all in the same journal. I mean, I could, but I don't feel like doing that. So they're going to be in different ones. And you could like tape your stencil if you want to. That way it doesn't move. I mean, I'm being careful, but even with that, I could make a mistake, of course. Mistakes can happen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the stencil around all the way. So this one is cool. It's not like perfect, but it's very cool. It's different than what I expected. It's not kind of like a silhouette. It's kind of both. So it's a little bit different than what I thought. I guess this would probably look good if I sprayed through it. So I'm going to try that as well. But let's try this now. For now, this is going to be the first option that I'm doing. And there you go. So that's the first one. It looks cool. It's nothing like spectacular. I've seen nicer ones than this, but it's not bad. Like, it's a cool cityscape. I'm going to let this dry so then I can add more elements to it. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to try the next one in the meantime. For the next one, I'm going to grab two of them from my, these are two journals that I added inside my tabbed 8x10 tab journal. This one has different sizes of things, and I thought I could do these side by side. So the same thing, I'm going to basically make the backgrounds really quickly and dry them. Maybe a little bit of a different colors than the other one, just to make it original. And basically just dry. Again, if I want to fill the page, I really like this combination of colors. So for this, I'm going to use the other sides of the stencil, the other parts. So I could even do something like this, where I mask it this way. Or the other option is to actually use the full stencil. So there's different options to do. So it's really cool. I really like this idea of doing it like this. So this is similar to what I did before. So this is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to put basically the ink over here this time, the paints I meant to say. And I'm going to just dab it down. So I made the buildings a little bit taller, so you can basically make the buildings any height you want depending on where you place the stencil. So the lower you place it, the shorter the buildings are going to be. And the higher you place it, the higher the buildings are going to be. So that's a very cool thing to do as well. And you could do like 2 colors of buildings, but I mean, I'm just leaving it like this. Now all I want to do now is just maybe add a couple splatters of things. So let's add some blue splatters. And I'll wipe them off a little bit. They're too... Okay, so that's good. It almost looks like some kind of like stars and stuff like that. So again, I'm going to let this dry so I can doodle on it afterwards. The third one I want to try is basically in the back of this one. So what I want to do is I want to kind of create a very cool background with this. I'm going to spray it on the mat first and then push with this. I want it to kind of be a splattered background. And to do that, I need to do it on the mat. That way it really looks distressed. I want it to look very distressed. But I have to be careful not to place this down just because it will dirty the other side. So let's add another color. And I'm just going to add it in certain areas. Oops, you see, I just stained the other side by doing this. Okay. And so it's very green. I think I'm going to add a little bit of yellow here. And maybe a little bit of blue. And what other color? Maybe a little bit of orange. And find a little bit of brown. Okay, so I really want it distressed looking. Okay, there we go. And I really have it really cool distressed look. Okay, so now I can basically dry this up a little bit and just add another layer of distress. Actually, I was thinking I have another stencil here, maybe to add a few of these things. So when I mask everything, it will look really cool. So I'm going to add these. Okay, there we go. Now it looks very interesting. So you could use another stencil to do this, and I'm going to dry this up as well. So now I can do the stencil the same way, but instead of doing it this way, I'm going to mask the thing and cover the top, so it will look like it's at night. There's so many ways of doing this. It's so cool. So many ways of adding cityscapes theme to a journal or to a project. These can be done in any way, like in any project, any surface. Now let's see. Let's take this out. How cool is that? So that's very cool as well. So that's another background that I did. Just let me finish here. And I'm going to put this to dry as well. The last one I wanted to try, so I want to go back to this one in the middle, and I'm thinking it will look cool if we spray it. So let's just first make, as I said, create some kind of, no, you know what, let's try it first. Let's see what happens when if we spray. And I don't know if it will be as great, but you know me, I love experimenting. So I love experimenting with the different things. Let's add a little bit of blue here at the bottom. And here. Okay, let's see. Now let's lift this. Oh, let's suck up some of that paint, and let's see how it turned out. Oh, how cool is that? So that's very, very cool. It's another way that you can use this stencil is like this. The other way is to use it as a resist. That would be really cool. Okay, I'm grabbing a smaller one now just because I want to be more efficient. And this, and a little bit of purple maybe. Okay, so let me just dry this up, and then I want to try a resist technique with this. Okay, so now what I was thinking is that maybe I could, hold on, let's see, use these ones for a resist. So let's see. Okay. And now I'm going to almost remove some of it. can see how it looks. Oh, that's cool. You see that? It kind of leaves like a halo. And now, okay, so what I'll do is I'll just lower this a little bit and then add the black. So that way it almost looks like there's a halo on top. Just to be careful not to get it in the, not to have this move. I mean, I should really tape it. I'm just being silly and not taping this. I don't know why. So it looks like it kind of has a halo on top, which is very cool. So that's another thing that you can do, and use that resist technique that way. And if you really want to, and which is really cool, is to have the other side cover this up. Hold on, I'll find which way it is. Cover this up, because I have the matching one, and I could spray this a different color. So for example, I could spray it in blue and completely do a different color to this. So you have like almost like 3 layers, which is really, really cool. So there we go. I have all the different pictures. I'm just gonna let them all dry, clean up my desk, and then I'm gonna doodle. So now it's just a chance of doodling with everything. So I took my black football marker. I like kind of creating borders, and it just helps bringing everything together. Sometimes it doesn't always work, and that's okay. And you can journal a little bit on this, and you can also, I can add a little bit of white. So for example, like just doodling around the different buildings, and or for that matter the water, like the reflection. It just helps with like adding a little bit of an extra kind of shade to it. This is not my favorite ones out of the ones that came out. I just kind of can't get the shape of it in my head. It kind of looks like there's 2 of them, and it's hard to tell which one it is, because you need to kind of, I guess, define the other one too. And I kind of have to like kind of build the city here in this one, in this specific one. Kind of like look like the buildings are not attached somehow. So I'm trying to kind of build a little bit the city by attaching the images. I think it makes it look better. So I'm just using my marker here. And I mean, this is just for fun. I mean, obviously I'm just doodling and learning how to do it. I do love the other part of the stencil better. The one where the, how do you call this, you can mask the things. I mean, this looks like a kind of like a silhouette. It looks very neat. And then I can just write something like moonlight. I mean, it would be nice if I could just kind of create a moonlight here. But actually, I can make like little stars. It would be nice if actually we could like create a few more, like maybe with the yellow, I can like just kind of sprinkle some stars here. I could do it with white as well. So that's really cute. So that could say moonlight. I mean, I have different sayings. I have travel, I have wonder, moonlight. That's nice. So that's one of them. Then I can do this one, which I love. And that is, as I said, like kind of masking this. This is like much easier to do. There we go. And so I'm making the outlines for the buildings. And I can even like journal down here if I want to. So this is like I did with the other one. So this is like, you know, like much easier to do. I just like kind of creating this really cool background. kind of making the windows of the building if I want to. And then I can just write, for example, wonder. And the nice thing about this is that this one kind of goes inside here. So it looks like two cityscapes. When you see it in my album, I will show you soon. So I can work on this one as well. It kind of matches this one. There's this one, and then I can do the black on the other one. And I like that the edges are not defined on the stencil, like when you spray it, and that's okay too. It looks really, really nice. So that's really cool. And I'm being quick about it. I mean, you could just really take your time and kind of create something that you love. I'm just being quick about this just because I don't want to waste so much time. So there's that. So this one can say future. So when you flip it, it says future wonder. Oh no, that doesn't make bliss. No, maybe not. Maybe it should just say travel. Okay, this is the travel. So the way it's gonna look, it's like this. I'm gonna show you now. So I'm bringing my big book here. So first this one is kind of gonna go inside of it. So this one goes in. And this one is on top. So I could even match it up if I really want to. How cool is that? And I could even do the other side as well. So when it closes, it will look like it's part of it. But right now I just have this. So that's the one for this book. And then I have this one. I think that's the last one. Oh, there's this one, and then there's this one, which, I mean, I'm not doing much with this one. I could definitely like kind of work on this and highlight every single one, but I'm gonna leave this one for another day. It is more, this one is that I really like, but I'm gonna use the white marker, and this is the one that is opposite to all of the other ones. So it's kind of goes on the edges here, and I like this because of that. So I'm just going to do that. The other thing you can do is the journal around it. So for example, so I'm journaling about traveling, seeing new places. So you could like do that. You could this is where you could like, you know, like splatter stuff, or just kind of create markings. So that's cool as well. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess I could like, you could just, so here, this is the one where it splatters. You can also do this with paint. And it creates like a nighttime effect. Now the only thing left is to just basically add the sentiment. So we can put something like world, adventure, and I always like highlighting this. And then all I have to do is just basically add these to add the ones that I have left over to my art journal. So I can add this one over here, for example, in another page. So I can find even a blank page to just add them. So this one just can go here. It can even go in that other page that I made. So that works well. And then for this one, I can add it to this book over here. I have to figure out just to match the actual pages. And then I have another page right here with it. So that's why I like these books so much, because you can, you know, use the pages and flatten. I have the other one over here, and this one matches, and now I have a full journal. So I hope you enjoyed the Cityscape art journaling with the Stencilgirl stencil. And here are the ones that I created. There's this one, and then there is this one here. And when I flip the page, I have these ones over here these mini ones that kind of fit inside each other. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on social media. For more inspiration, subscribe to my channel and visit me on Instagram and all my other social media channels. Thanks so much and have an amazing day. Bye.